Oh no. Hello, hello. No, don't. We'll fix it. We'll fix it somehow. Oh god. Yeah. No, no, no. It's fine. Yeah. Um. Yeah. There we go. I got it. I got it. Yeah. um.
Off
Oh
week
shit.
of Carolina Clamor. We are home. We are back. And this week we have Island Hassel with us. Buffs, how did you end up managing getting both of them on? I don't know what your methods were,
Um.
but
I asked very, very sweetly and kindly, and they were both open
they're
to
both
the
like,
idea.
sure.
Yeah.
Y'all are our first double guest on the in the podcast. I mean, it's the podcast's fourth episode, but
Mm-hmm.
you are the first. You will go down in history.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
big milestone.
it is. I
I'm
mean,
Or
so
like a big
honored.
achievement.
we
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 really
have
made it, Hassel. We really made
we
it out here.
we we didn't have we did the only other goals we wanted Fat Goku on the podcast, but before that, all of the other milestones had yet to be written in. So
Why Fat Goku?
I know he's a legend. I don't know. That's just
Bad
it was.
Goku.
It's like I think that's all our level of clout could ever attain. I don't think we're gonna get. I
Fat
don't think
Goku
we're.
is famous, but he's reasonable.
He's
So I
like,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah. You see what I mean, right? Like, I'm not getting. I mean, I won't say never, but I'm probably not getting Mango on this podcast. You know what I mean? Like his schedule's full of streaming and playing Rocket League or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna catch up to that guy. But
Right.
if y'all want to, you can introduce as much or as little as you want, but just tell us like who you are, and then like how you like kind of like how you started Melee. You can pick who wants to go first.
The first Isla.
I can go first. My webcam is frozen, I think. But anyways, you said introductions.
Yeah, just who you are and how you got into the game, pretty much.
Okay, I'm Isla or Isles. I'm 26, I think. I started playing competitively in 2014. Um, my favorite food is tacos. So there you
True.
go.
Any
All right,
specific taco? Like,
yeah. What tacos are we talking about here?
Just street tacos.
I was gonna say
Carne asada or
carne asada.
whatever.
True.
I love them.
Okay, good. We know we have some living human beings wanting tacos in the chat. Hassel, what about you, man?
My name's Hassel. I started playing in 2014, I think. Um, I'm 27, and that's pretty much it. I've been playing this game for too long. But
Do y'all have any like favorite games other than Melee that you play? Like that's other than like I know one of Hassel's answers, but I don't know any of your answers. So
Okay, Hassel, you can go first.
um, so I've been playing Dota since 2007, or like late 2007, early 2008. But like any like multiplayer game or like anything with like a team that I can play on or like I don't know, I just like playing video games
yeah,
or like competing in general. So it doesn't matter what it is. We be playing like fucking dodgeball after a tournament and I'm gonna like
as long as
be
there's a
into
team
it.
involved, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's why I like dub so much is because I just like playing on a team. I like playing with like a group of people.
yeah.
So
True.
it just
We
makes
should
it
do
work.
some dodgeball post tournament
I'm
sometime.
saying we need to like hit up the basketball court or something.
Yeah, that would be tight. I don't play basketball, but to see it happen would be cool. That would be tight. No, I think that's the scene could probably use more of like extracurricular shit like that. I think.
I
True.
feel
Um,
like we used to be better at it. I feel like nowadays we don't do it as much after COVID.
yeah, I think yeah, definitely like you're saying, I think COVID is like definitely fucked up our like vibe of like how we do things because I mean I never did a lot of that shit, but that's one of the reason I like having the Wispy Woods venues because people like can just go outside and it would be nice, it'll be pretty, and you can actually you're not like in a parking lot somewhere, it's actually in the environment.
Yeah, Wispy and Bibber are both just so awesome for
Yes,
that because
yes.
it's just
Yeah.
so the right outside the venue is just so pretty and you're just
Yeah.
in nature.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, like I said, if we could organize an intramural dodgeball, North Carolina dodgeball sports league, I don't know who do you think would be the best dodgeball champion in the region if we did that?
Uh,
Who would be
I
the
don't know.
best dodgeball player?
Yeah,
Best active melee player, dodgeball player.
yeah. Who
They
you
have
think?
to be active, like currently
No, you could
active.
go. You go back if you want.
Oh, well, probably I don't know who's been like huge. Who are the giant?
I feel
Like
like
GCS
Grant.
probably.
Yeah, yo, Justin would probably throw. Justin is shifty, so like, damn. Justin would probably be like the team captain of like one dodgeball team. I thought Grant would be good for dodgeball too, because I think Grant would throw some like 85-mile-an-hour fastball dodgeballs, like the ones that knock you unconscious. You know,
I'm not
like,
trying to see Grant on the court in dodgeball for sure. I'm good on that.
I'm not trying to see Grant play that shit. No, but Justin, Justin, Justin is like the right, because Justin is. Am I gonna burn him for his height? No, I'm not gonna burn him for his height. Justin is the right size to play dodgeball.
Yeah, he's hard to hit, and he's gonna throw some heaters
He's gonna
throw
back
some
at
heaters.
you.
I
because
feel like the only correct answer is prom because
Oh,
prom.
well, prom,
yeah.
yeah, but like prom's a D1 athlete. I'm talking about like, you know what I mean?
Well, like he still
That's
plays
not
the
even
game.
fair, bro.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, no, prom would smoke all of us, bro. Holy
Prom
shit.
would be like killing people with his fucking clothes.
Yeah,
I'm on
like I
prom's
said.
team. That's all I know.
Yeah, no, I'm prom's a dodgeball manager.
Y'all know in
That's
like
fine.
Hunter x Hunter in the dodgeball fight, he'd be like Razor, the just solo carrying the team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because you would have to like
true.
you would, because we're all
We-
cheap, right? We wouldn't play ezy, so we'd have
Oh,
to
yeah.
do like draft crews and then a coin flip for first pick, and
Yeah.
whoever got first pick was gonna be y'all, right? So it's like, dude,
Mhm.
I don't know. That'd be sick though. One day, I've always had if there was ever a way to logistically make it work, I would definitely have a melee or basketball grill out at like a park and shit. I think that would be tight.
Would we have to get like a
Like-
gymnasium though?
Yeah, maybe, but like I don't have any gyms in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I got one good venue in my pocket, but that's as deep as my pockets go for that shit.
That's bigger
honestly.
than most people's pockets these
Yeah,
days.
that's true. That's true, but I've learned, it's like I said this the other week too. When you have a good venue, you just have to fucking hold on to it. But that was when I talked to Swash. I had that conversation. I wanted to ask. I can start with Isla or either one of you. But how did y'all find Melee? Was it the documentary? Because that's about when I found it too. And I started around the same time. But
Isla, do you want to go first? Also, did
Yeah,
you
you
say
can.
what other games you played, Isla?
Oh no, I didn't. I mean, whatever. We can just move on. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
really
we
have
don't-
any.
Yeah, no, we can come back
enough.
to it later too. It's no big deal.
Okay, so I've basically been playing Melee since the game came out, to be honest.
Okay.
I got Smash 64 around when it came out as well. I started playing that when I was like 4 years old or something. So
Yeah.
I've been playing Smash like my whole life. Me and my brother played Melee growing up like the whole time, and when Brawl came out,
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother.
yeah, shout out to Brandon. When Brawl came out, we played it for a while, and we, like, even without the community telling us it was bad, we were like, yeah, this doesn't touch Melee. And
Yeah.
what we would do is we would play Brawl on Lightning mode to make it feel
Yes.
more like Melee. And we did that for like a year at least. We probably did that for years, honestly. And we would just go back and forth between Lightning mode, Brawl, and Melee.
Yeah.
And eventually we found the Melee scene. We didn't go to tournaments for years. We started watching Melee in like I don't know, maybe like 2011, maybe even earlier than that, but probably like 2011, 2012 area. And we started to like try to learn how to wave dash and stuff. And then when I went to college in 2014, that's when I started going to tournaments. And that was pretty much it. My first tournament was lit, and it was history from there. I just kept going forever without any breaks, pretty much.
Can I ask the sibling question? When you and Brandon played, who was better? Was it always you?
We would go back and forth, honestly.
Okay.
He's really good. So even
Granted, I
after we started playing competitively, like going to tournaments, and I went to a ton of tournaments because I was in college, so I had
Yeah.
so much access to Melee.
True.
Brandon was still like grinding himself, and he was always like keeping up with me, and like there were easily times when he was like winning more than I was. So
Yeah, no,
it just goes back
Brandon's
and
always
forth.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Hassel, what was your experience?
So 2013, I graduated high school. 2014, me and all my friends are at NC State, and my friends are like really getting into Project M.
Yeah,
Hell.
because that was when it was big. That was when
Um,
Project M was really its biggest.
and I was kind of like, and like all through high school, I was grinding Dota like 10 hours a day. Like I was
Yeah.
playing
Holy
Dota every
moly.
single day. I had like almost 20,000 hours in that game.
Yeah, I was about to
Holy
say,
shit.
how many days does that equate to? You did the math once, right?
I did
It's a
that.
lot. It's a lot.
20,000 divided by 24. Hang on. Keep going. I'll figure out the numbers.
But anyways, I was like trying to find something new, and I've always been really competitive. So when I first started playing, like my friend played DK, and was just beating my ass with DK, and I was getting so tilted out of this dog shit character. Like I picked Ices, and I went to my first NC State tournament, and I learned how to wobble, and I got fourth, wobbling
Holy
a bunch of
shit.
people.
You
I
should have
beat
stuck
like
with
Nice.
Ices.
I beat like
Dude.
Raph and Yang, if y'all remember Yang, and there was like a few people.
Yang sounds familiar. I obviously know who Raph is.
Um,
Did Raph go Kirby?
no, it went
Oh, yeah, we're talking
Ganon
about Raph. Yeah,
actually.
no, shoutouts to Raph. Shoutouts to that guy. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about Raph. It's been a long time since I've heard his
Um,
name.
and we
Oh,
met
God.
like Rob Rowe, Fajita, and then eventually like Alex, and then Colin, and like we met people and like DJ, Juan, other
You met
people, and
Alex back then?
Yeah,
I
I
met
would.
Alex through Fajita, Phil.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Um,
Alex and Phil were like best friends for a long time. Shoutouts to both of
yeah,
those guys too. I love Phil. I
and
love Alex too. But
we had like tons of crew battles, and like NC State, like it was right post doc, so like the
True.
scene was super thriving. Like we would have like crew battles with like 12 people on each team, like dorm crew
wow,
battles. Like
wow.
it was a pretty wild time to like get into melee.
Yeah,
Yeah, NC was lit.
Um,
yeah.
and then I just kept playing. So
He just kept playing and playing.
And here you
yeah,
are.
through many different eras of NC melee, here I am.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Yeah,
think about it, the game's been around for 20 plus years, so there really
Yeah,
is different eras.
I mean even like from year to year, like 2014 was so much different than 2015, which was
it
Mhm.
like
was.
very different than 26, like 2015, 2016, like we had the whole Chapel Hill crew, and like it was just a very different time. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would say even just from I was lurking then more at that time, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it was definitely very different. Do you ever play with Corey Hassel? You ever play with Corey any?
Yayrock,
Yeah, you play
yeah,
with Yurik any?
yeah, he eliminated me at the first Arcadian,
Really?
but
Wow.
yeah, he we played some. He was always like a really funny player. Like I remember in like I guess it was the TMG cruise or whatever.
Yeah.
We had him on the crew, and he could take two stocks off at anybody, but only
Oh,
two stocks. Like
Yeah, I remember that. No,
if
but
he
yeah,
played ESAM, he took two stocks. He played some random fox that like
he got two
just picked up a
stocks.
controller. He got two stocks. That's it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
most
So
consistent cruise player
it was
ever.
insane.
Yeah.
There was a lot of old like funny players like that. Like I'm like the only person from like I mean she kind of plays a little bit, but like from the Chapel Hill scene, nobody
I
really
haven't
plays
seen
anymore.
I haven't seen Chi play in a while, other than like I don't know if he played at Boudoirs, but like mostly in region for Chi now. I haven't seen Chi travel in a long
Hmm.
time, but that
Beef
makes
Tip
sense.
shows up, right? Sometimes.
Who?
Beef Tip, isn't he?
Beefers.
Not really. I
Not
mean,
really.
kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
There was like Chapel Hill had like a huge team. Like we had Jay Willie. I mean, there's like that image of
Waylon
like
too, right? Was it
Waylon, Brett, Jay Willie, Jazzy, like all these players that just don't play.
Oh my God, Jazzy. I
Yeah.
remember that guy.
Yeah, dude. I love Waylon, dude. Waylon, one of my favorite people like ever in the community. I wish that guy still played.
Yeah, he's great. I think he just plays Genshin Impact all day now.
Oh no,
I think that's what
that
he's on.
game's terrible.
But yeah,
Genshin
I've seen pretty much every aspect of NC Melee at this point, from like the old school back in the day where I was getting screamed at for like humming while playing, and all the way to now where everyone's really nice to each other. Um,
Harry, are you good? I heard the dogs barking a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have to mute for a minute. The
Oh,
dogs are going.
you're good,
Oh,
man. I don't think it's not that bad. Um, let's jump into another question here. Kind of shifting our focus towards doubles. Um, right now, I would say that y'all are the best doubles like static team in NC, as far as I'm aware. How do y'all feel about doubles as a format?
Hassel, you
um,
probably have more to say about doubles than I do, so you can go ahead.
I think doubles is like the most fun way to play Melee. Like we obviously we don't play free for all, which is like how the
Yeah,
game was like designed with items
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But doubles just like keeps the spirit of like just sitting around a CRT with like four people that are just like having a bunch of fun. It's like hard to not have fun playing doubles. Like nobody's
yeah.
like getting super tilted and raging at doubles. I
Yeah.
you almost never see that.
Now you don't see it in doubles often.
Um, so I think it's awesome, and I think there's like a lot of aspects of doubles where like you just have to be a good singles player,
Hmm.
but there's also a lot of like double specific things that people overlook or like don't catch on to immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a lot of depth to it
Yeah.
even outside of like general single stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you see like online there's guides for like how to play singles, certain matchups, whatever, but at least in my experience, I haven't seen anything like that for doubles. Like no like guides or
Yeah.
like how to play doubles right, how to play this team right, anything like
'Cause nobody
that.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
plays
true.
Yeah,
doubles right. Period.
I feel like people just don't care generally. I mean, some people do. Like, it's weird because like Drug Fox obviously cares a lot about doubles, but it's not making doubles content because that's not
Yeah,
what
yeah,
people like are looking for.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nobody really cares about it.
And also like part of being a good doubles player is being a good singles player. So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
at a certain point, you need to learn the single stuff anyways.
True.
Um, but I don't know. I just really like doubles. I think that like it's a super underrated format. It sucks that like a lot of times at like tournaments they'll stream like pools over doubles top 16, where
Yeah.
like a lot of doubles teams like there's really good doubles teams that aren't just like Mango and Leffen teaming
Yeah.
together.
Oh yeah.
Like Rocky and Azel are like really good. There's like a bunch of like
They're really
random
cool for
teams
sure.
you've never like players you never heard of that are actually really good and can beat top players.
I know Ralph and Dark Atma are top players, sort of, but they're also
Yeah,
insane.
they team
Mm.
they teamed a lot. I remember one of the things I liked when I played doubles more actively, and I still probably play doubles with Garrett again if I had like a more consistent timing for it. But I liked that like doubles would nerf like the very when melee becomes a single player game, you're getting chain grabbed or tech chased or getting wobbled or whatever back in our day, right? When that
Yeah.
shit was legal. That shit really doesn't happen that often in doubles, right? Um, you don't have as many of the like just single player I watch a cutscene for 45 seconds kind of stuff that happens in singles sometimes now. So that's what I
Yeah.
liked about it when I played it.
And even if there is like a chain grab going on, usually if it's not just like a 2v1 weird situation, it's because there's still like interaction between the teammates where like, oh, I see you have a chain grab. I'm gonna block out the other person
Yeah,
by chain
yeah,
grabbing
a
them.
lot
Like
more active.
there's you're still playing neutral with your team. And if like you're playing well, you're playing neutral with your teammates, but
Yeah.
I
So
think it's cool.
yeah, y'all play Fox Puff. What do you think the best team in the game is if it's not Fox Puff?
It's not a team with Puff on it. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
I
yeah.
think Puff is a really good doubles character, but like I think you're like insane if you think it's not Fox.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Fox.
I just
Fox.
don't. I really don't think it's up for debate. I think everything after that is interesting.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's not a conversation for one, but everything else is fair.
Like,
No, I
you could argue Sheik Peach is like the second best doubles team, even though we haven't had like a really good Sheik Peach in a while.
Yeah.
People
Since
are
the
saying Fox
Armada
Chic.
stuff.
Fox Sheik is like
I've
does it
seen
get?
Fox Chic a
I've
lot
seen
lately.
Fox Marth, even though I think that team is like low key trash.
That team's
Marth is
nah.
kind of whack in doubles.
I
It's
don't.
kind of
I
funny.
think
I don't
Marth
know.
is not actually that good in doubles, and PPU is just goaded. That's my
Yeah.
hard read
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
definitely what it is. That's what I think too.
But that's just my opinion. Anyways, there's like a lot of like cool and like because doubles is so unexplored, like we can have those discussions where it's like
Yeah.
if we're talking about like singles, like there's only so much you can talk about like Fox Sheik. Like pretty much
Yeah.
everybody has the same opinion.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's like you're just being weird.
You're being contrarian or
Yeah, you're being
strange. Yeah.
contrarian because like the matchups are kind of solved almost, or at least up until this point.
Yeah. I think one of the things that was tough for me to keep playing doubles is that Falcon is okay in doubles. He's probably not as good as his singles counterpart, but like I always loved on either part of the team playing Fox Falco in doubles. Like if I could have a tournament where I play Fox Falco in doubles for the rest of the time, I'd be very happy with that because like it's not as like stupidly broken as double Fox is in my mind, but it also can. It's like it's very dynamic. Like the two of those characters on a doubles team together, I think.
And also, like I think like the top like 10-ish doubles teams, like between like Fox Sheik and like the different matchups, I think they all can like contest each other like
Yeah,
very like
yeah,
any of those teams could like win a major, and I wouldn't be like shocked. Like you could win a major with Falco Peach doing
yep,
doubles.
Well, like you, doubles just isn't expanded enough
Yeah,
for
it's
it to
not
like
like
really. It
super
doesn't mean anything
optimized or anything.
because we don't. Yeah, we don't really know about who's actually the best and what teams beat others and stuff like that.
But I think it's in a cool state right now because of that. Like, there's so much more to be explored with doubles.
yeah.
It is, but like I don't know anytime soon if it's actually gonna happen because nobody
I mean, true, but
cares about it.
Yeah, it
I feel
definitely
like
seems
more
like.
people are caring about doubles. Like, in like at the beginning with Slippy, people didn't give a shit about doubles for like a
Yeah.
long time. But I think like over time, interest is like getting, I don't know, people are
Slowly
getting more
increasing.
interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
say, yeah, definitely doubles like seems like it's been, kind of, I guess like put on the back burner, you might say, as
Yeah.
far as like viewership goes and all that kind of stuff. But at least in C, well, I actually don't know of any other tournaments that have had doubles besides
like
Bibber.
other than Bibber and
It's
Wispy
just
Woods
Bibber
one,
going
right?
crazy.
It's Bibby
Yeah.
and Bibber and
Oh yeah,
Wispy
Wispy
Woods
Woods won too.
And Wispy
And
Yeah.
the
won.
third Wispy Woods will have doubles. That's
Oh,
that is
nice.
I am
That's exciting.
guaranteeing that. But I was like, even then, I was surprised that like having doubles had been so quiet, because a lot of the like when Graham and Jay Willie they played doubles together a lot when when it was more popular. Mike and Dash did, like a lot of people played like that.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see we had like 16 teams in the first Wispy Woods, right? And that was like way more than I thought we would get.
Yeah, that
And
was
even
sick.
if like you think about in like 2017 when or like 2018 when like Graham and Jack were like teaming together, there'd be doubles tournaments where it's like four teams and it's like Graham, Jack, Arun, Beef Tip,
Yeah, yeah,
four good teams. But there's the problem is that like newer players like it's just hard to get them into doubles because one they feel like they need a static and they don't know what they're doing.
Which they
So
do.
it's singles.
I'm gonna
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. No, it's
To
a
a
static
degree,
teammate is always
it's
helpful.
I think it's more fun if you have a static teammate, but I don't think like to be a good doubles player you need to have a static.
No, I guess that's true.
But
Speaking of
regardless,
static doubles teams, I want to shout out Team A Gold real quick.
Oh,
They took a
yeah.
huge dub at the last Bibber. And I've heard that they're gonna continue to be a static team. So
What is it? It's J Gold and who else? Bob,
and Peel
remind me.
and Peel.
And Peel. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay, that's
So there's
cool,
there's at least
right?
2 static teams in Boone. So that's more than there
Yeah.
used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
part
looking
of,
forward
like,
to them.
You said like we're like the best static team. We're like the only static
Yeah.
team
Yeah,
of
but
like.
I mean, you get the crown by default. You know what I
I
mean?
guess
Like,
Yeah.
so.
But y'all are
that's how
still
it
both
goes,
really
like,
good at doubles.
We-
Yeah, you're
obviously.
also both really good at singles.
We just
so,
keep beating like the people like we're beating like Alex and Reggie who are just like teaming randomly on a whim or something like
Yeah.
that, which is like impressive because double Fox to like PR
Yeah, that's
level
not
Fox.
easy.
Yeah, you actually have to play 5 times better than a double fox to beat them with any other team.
Would
So
you? Okay,
it's very
I have
impressive.
this is a crackpot fantasy idea in my TO brain. But would you ban Double Fox like Brawl ban Meta Knight? Would you do it?
No, not yet.
Nah,
not right now.
yet. Okay.
Not at
I
all.
think actually like there's a world in which double Fox isn't the best team in game because I actually don't think they like play doubles as
No,
well as some
It's
other
just 2
teams.
foxes on the same screen.
But because like
Yeah.
the whole goal when you play double Fox is you just like split them up and you play singles versus each other.
Yep. Yeah.
And like you do a little bit of like doubles stuff, but like for the most part you're just playing 2 separate singles games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Um,
just so far away from even needing to think about banning a character or a
Yeah.
team like that.
I think
And
there's so much more development that could be had.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
that was
really
just
good point.
my crackhead theory, but you know, I wasn't.
No, I mean,
nothing
I've heard
too
it before.
serious, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even think that's like an unpopular thing. A lot of people
No, and like
just
just
talk
because
about
like
banning
this is the first like time in the podcast that we've mentioned doubles like in any point in any like extensive matters. So the more
Yeah.
like talking points we go through, you know, and cover, I think that's better. You know.
it. Yeah.
Do y'all have a favorite
Agreed.
doubles team to watch? Other than yourselves. Other than yourselves.
What about you, Isla?
I don't really watch dubs because nobody streams it. So I don't know. I mean, like I don't really particularly like any of like the popular statics right now, like Dark Atma and Ralph. Like they're good, but I'm not like a fan. I don't really like Tempo and whoever.
Tempo Run Riot. Yeah.
Run Riot.
I personally my favorite team to watch was like obviously Armada Android. It's like
Armada
just the
Android.
most fun team to watch because they just like do insane stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I really liked watching Leffen MacD was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my
Holy
God.
shit, I forgot about that.
Leffen
That's an
MacD
old
was
team.
a lot of fun. And I think they were really good actually.
Yeah.
You know, other stuff got in the way, but regardless.
Yeah, but in terms of their skill and teams, yes, they were really good.
Because like, I guess like Leffen MacD was like the first team where I was like, oh, there's like so much more you can like
Yeah.
do with Peach's neutral if you like look at it as you're also playing neutral with your teammate. Like,
Yeah.
obviously Peach is a very slow character, but if you introduce this like speedy little fucking bee that's flying around the stage and like
Yeah.
knocking them into Peach, like it
Yeah,
becomes
that
insane.
mitigates a lot of her singles problems,
Yeah.
right?
Peach is
Yeah.
so good in teams.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Because you don't have like one of the biggest problems with Peach, in my opinion, is that like she's just fucking slow. I mean, she's slow. She's really slow, and she has a bad ledge game, and that's like 2 things that I think hold her back a little bit in singles. She's obviously still really good, but it's just her being so slow and turnip heavy, it like kind of makes her gameplay a little stale sometimes. But like you said, in doubles, like with like a fast character and you pair with the right team, it's like completely different game. You know,
It's
and,
funny how like well you can do by just standing still as Peach and throwing out moves.
Yes.
If you're playing with like someone that knows to just throw them at you, you can just stand still a lot of the
You're
time.
just a stage hazard, a really big one,
Yes.
really strong one. Oh,
Yeah.
I want to change my answer. My favorite team is easily Michael, Wills, and whoever he's teaming with at the major he's at.
Hell yeah.
Because Wills will just go. I don't know if y'all have played Michael in singles before.
I haven't, but I know of them.
He's a very run of the mill, you know,
Yeah.
just some Peach player, you know, whatever. And then he goes to a major and he gets like top fucking, I don't even know, like
Yeah, top
16
30,
in doubles
top
every time,
30.
beating like
That's
a top 100 player twice.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
fucking
I don't
awesome.
get it, but
Shout outs to
Another,
Michael.
Yeah.
Another good doubles player that Eddie. I love watching Eddie play doubles when he did.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Eddie and doubles for sure.
Yeah,
People
there's a
definitely
lot of like
like that.
I always kind of think like your double skill is like multiplicative of your single skill. Like if like you kind of have to be at a baseline singles, but if you're also good at doubles, you can like ascend so much further. Like Will's is like a pretty average singles player, but like because he like has played so much doubles and knows about doubles, when he plays dubs with like good players, he can actually play really, really well, way above his skill level. Um,
Very impressive.
like I feel like I kind of get that feeling when um like for example, I've played like top 100 players in doubles and just shit on them when I have no business shitting on top 100 players. Like if it was singles, they would obviously just fucking
You
destroy
definitely
me.
don't. You definitely have no business doing that.
I don't even know why you're on this podcast. But anyways, like if you like know what you're looking for in doubles, like you can close the gap on players very like quickly, or like just having synergy with your teammate is like enough
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Um, so y'all have been playing doubles as a team how long now?
I mean, a
Since
couple
like
years, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
2019 off and on.
Yeah,
Okay,
something like that.
okay. That's not as
Um,
long as I thought it was. I thought it was a lot longer. I don't know why I
it's kind
thought
of
that.
weird because I played Fox Puff like more than I played singles.
Wow.
Really?
Because
Yeah, because before me, Hassel was
yeah,
playing with
so like
Graham.
I lived in
Okay.
Smash Apartment and we played doubles pretty much every single day.
True.
We always had somebody over. Like there was many times where like we'd be sitting in our rooms and we get a knock on the door and it's just Chi. Or like
Yeah.
we didn't invite you. You can't just show up. But anyways, we played a lot of doubles. So and I played with Graham. Like obviously we got ninth at Gommel. And
Oh
we've like
yeah, I forgot about that. That was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
yeah,
That's
we beat a
that's
bunch of good
amazing.
teams there, and I mean we've won like locals and stuff. And obviously Graham was a really good player. So I just have a lot of Fox Puff experience, and I would talk to a bunch of Puff. I've played with Zasa, I played with Isla, so um, we kind of had a little bit of synergy already because I knew what I wanted to do when I play Fox Puff,
Sure.
and
You're
Isla
gonna
played
say
Puff.
because we were dating.
No,
What about
that's not
that
why.
innate synergy, right?
I
You know,
feel
you
like that's
gotta.
anti-synergy. I feel like I play with you, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
We were honestly really
Uh,
bad for a while. I'm not gonna
we're still
lie.
really bad low key. We're just better than everybody else.
Loki.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah, having your B game walk in and win any tournament you want is good. Now, obviously, you're gonna try and get better, right? Like you're not gonna rest on that, but like
Yeah, definitely.
no, but yeah.
I mean, I don't
Um,
think I'm a very good dubs player. I don't think I've ever been a very good dubs player. So, just
yeah,
how
I
it is.
definitely carry the fuck out of Isla.
Okay, then, like, relax. You
Dude,
know that's not true, but
I will say this: the one person, actually, I don't know. We won. We didn't win, but I think we got like when you were at my house one day and we made money at Dubs. Like,
oh, we
yeah,
did do that.
you're also much better than me. But I mean, it happened. Like we
It
made
did. That
money.
was hype. That was hype.
Oh, that was hype. No,
And
and
me and Mojo won Wispy actually.
Yeah.
yeah, you
So
did.
you know what, Hassel? Maybe I've cracked a doubles.
Sorry, I've only made it worse for Hassel.
Puff is so broken, bro. I don't even want to get into it.
Don't even
But
start.
anyways,
You play Fox.
anyways,
That was like a core memory. That was like some 2017 shit that I forgot about a long
I
time
totally
ago.
forgot about that.
No, but
Puff,
yeah, it happened. It happened. I could find the bracket. It literally happened. But anyways, I will say on the subject of being carried, I was I would always team with Peyton. I would team with Peyton when
Oh
Peyton
yeah,
played
you
the
did team
game.
a lot.
I swear like and I can say this now that it's like years after the fact. The entire game plan was just like I would back air them into Nana, and then Peyton would wobble them, and I would just be like, all right, you're not getting back to the ice climbers. Like, you're not. Your buddy's gonna get wobbled, and we're playing a one-player game. Like, this is going to be entertaining. Yeah, no, that's literally all me and Peyton did, and we won like a couple like fellas locals because of that. And
That's hype.
There was hype. It was hype. I miss Peyton so much, dude. But yeah, no, that's like one of those things where I was like, I didn't have to be good. I just had to be good enough to stick with the game plan. You know,
Having a game plan is huge for sure.
If you have a game plan in doubles, you can get so far if you just actually stick to the game plan, and it's like a thought, like you actually think about the game plan. It's not just like, I'm just gonna sit in center stage and stomp 50 times.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I have been that player, and will be that player. At some
there's
point.
certain characters that can do bullshit like that, like
Yeah.
Peach, but regardless, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like old NC players that are like really good at doubles that we kind of came up with and have like stolen bits and pieces from. Like Karn and Do is like
Yeah, dude.
a team that most
they
people don't even think about
They
anymore.
were
but
so good at doubles, dude. Holy
yeah,
shit.
they were really good at doubles, and like
Yeah, they were definitely really good.
there's a lot of these old school teams. I mean, like even like the obvious ones like PP Lauser that people can like steal things from and like improve upon.
Yeah, the stuff that like people. That's the one people know about that a little bit more because of the BMR2 set, you know, and the Hungrybox Crunch set. But a lot of, but like still, like for long, that was like their last time teaming. Like they were good teaming a million years before that, you know. So it was like, yeah. Well, that's a tight set. If anyone has not seen, there's probably might be some new people in here. If there's anyone who has not seen PPMD versus Loser versus Hungrybox and Crunch at BMR2, you should watch that. Turn off the podcast and watch that right now. I'm actually just going to tell you to do that. I saw that set live, and it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It was insane. People were crying at the... Hand to my mother's grave, dude. People were crying in the back of that venue when that set finished. Like I've never seen that at a tournament before or since. Really, I was like, it's some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, BMRs are insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could reminisce for an entire podcast episode on how good BMR2 was, and I was just at the second one, right? I never went to the first one.
You didn't go to BMR1?
No, bro. I mean, I was a lurker at that time. Like I didn't.
You didn't play it? Okay.
No, yeah, I played piano.
BMR1. I mean, even if you did lurk, you should have still went because it was a good time.
Yeah. No,
I got JV5 by Roy while HBox was sitting behind me, making fun of me the whole time.
Jesus.
That's classic.
Yeah, that's some old school
really
shit,
good.
bro.
That's a really good time.
Dude. Yeah.
Love HBox.
But I am like so happy that I went to BMR2 because there just hasn't really been a North Carolina tournament like that since. You know, like there's been like the Anchi Ultra stuff, and that was a great tournament, frankly, but it hasn't been like at the national scale where like Hungrybox is there, you know, playing kind of stuff. Like we haven't had that since.
I mean, even like speaking on that, like I feel like there was just a different energy to old school tournaments that like it's not that it's bad that it's not around anymore, but I don't feel like it's around anymore. At least the same energy.
It's not the
same. Like
it's not the same.
Or like I would go to a tournament, I know everyone there, or like other people would know everyone there, and like there's just a different like I'm gonna shit talk you right now, but if we went to a major, like there's like I'm gonna be standing up screaming behind you, like cheering you on, you know?
Oh my
god. There's no sense of like camaraderie anymore. I mean, I guess COVID kind of stunted that, and it might come back, but at least right now, it just doesn't feel the same. Like I don't have like Smith screaming behind me.
Oh, dude, Smith! You two know that when I cheered, I was beyond obnoxious.
You were one of the loudest ones I know.
Yeah. And I was the only. Smith was still the person that I was like, this motherfucker is just different. Like
Smith is so different in the crowd.
Smith had like a second pair of lungs he kept in his car to swap. Because literally, at BMR2, I lost my voice after the first day. I just had nothing left. And then Smith would still be up there going like hour 10, just like belting out everything. I was like, there's no way. Yeah, no,
They're very passionate.
I'm glad I don't cheer that much anymore, and I will like do more of a like Peyton thing where you just kind of stand behind someone and talk shit, and it's not
Yeah.
as just like ah.
Honestly, Peyton's crowd like shit talk is one of my favorites of the whole
Yeah,
scene.
that's
Peyton's so good at it.
absolutely some of the funniest shit. No, I mean I will say, first of all, like crowd shit talk that isn't just like volume is art, and I will live and die by that. But Peyton, I agree. Peyton was like, I've stolen all the funny shit I've said about like standing behind someone cheering from Peyton.
Peyton is so funny.
It's because he just I don't know. It was just because the thing that was crazy about Peyton is that it was always funny. Like it's hard to be that funny, like literally like talking shit to somebody like 5 feet behind them. It's hard to be that good. And I still do that. I did that to the Greensboro local I went back to, and people definitely laughed, but it was definitely different. It was just.
It was just a different like. I got that feeling initially when like Ultimate came out, and there was a bunch of Melee players that would like show up to Ultimate events, and we would like show up and we would like cheer on like our players with old people, and they were not fucking with it at all.
No, they don't like that.
I remember Darkheart almost got in a fight with somebody because he was cheering on someone, or he wasn't even cheering on anyone. He was just near someone.
He was just hype. Yeah, it was just hype. Yeah.
This is a different. I don't know. It feels like a lot of people are still finding their place in the community, so the energy just isn't the same. And maybe it'll get back to that point.
Yeah, and
I remember like Mad City Asheville and stuff. Like,
holy shit!
It was at some random dude's house in the middle of nowhere, and it was like 60 people in the house.
Yeah,
and,
it was
like everyone's sleeping in the basement. Yeah.
We're all drinking way too many PBRs.
Like Ye is screaming while Twitch and Laws are playing.
I'm screaming. Corey is screaming. Dylan is screaming. Like holy shit! That was. That was the turnip that sold me on Melee completely. I'll tell you. Like until then, like I enjoyed it and I was practicing, but like that's when I was like, all right, I'm playing Melee for a long time. Yeah, when I saw the Twitch Loser set live, like when Loser beat him, I was like, this is the craziest shit. This is the craziest shit, dude. Yeah. I try to make Wispy Woods be a tournament where people both feel like they can try really hard and be excited, and I do as much as I can to foster that. But I definitely it's different. I totally agree.
It's different. The tournaments we have right now are great though. Like Bibber and Wispy in particular are very good tournaments.
Yeah, I agree. But and like I say, like I will go on record saying like the just full volume shit I used to do, I don't. That shit's corny. But I think if you have a good push and pull like the way Peyton did it in terms of crowd shit talk, then it's like it was almost always funny, and it would often when I was like the recipient of it, it often made me play better because I was just like, oh, well, this is fucking funny. Like they're not, no one's taking it that seriously. I can just beat this motherfucker, right? At least that's how it worked for me. But yeah, no, I do miss that. I hope one day we get back to it. But I think, like you said, Hassel, a lot of people are just very polite. And that's not bad either, right? I don't want to say that's totally bad, but it has cut out a lot of the, I'm just going to stand here and talk shit, behind people and stuff.
It's just different in the sense of, I feel like most people play Melee now to, learn and get better, which is good. Whereas in the past, people were playing Melee to, hang out and, people that they knew. It's just a different vibe. And I think, with time, things might change up a little bit. People, become closer and stuff. But
yeah, I think it's, like you mentioned, it was a good point you had about how, new people have not, totally found their place in the community yet. So once that happens, I think you'll see more, of the camaraderie, at least hopefully.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that point. From my perspective, up here in Boone, we got a lot of new people, and I think as we travel more, as a group, I guess you could say, and we start to meet people from other areas and warm up to each other, I think we'll have more of that sense of closeness as like a state or like the
Yeah.
western side of the state or
I
whatever.
feel
Yeah.
like Boone is probably the closest thing to like
Yes,
how
yes,
old school
yes.
Melee. Like everyone seems so close in Boone, but like if you think about like 2016, like this version of Boone existed in like every city. Like Chapel
Every
Hill
city.
had its own
Yes.
scene
Triana
that
had
was
it.
like ran
Charlotte
like
had
30,
it.
40 deep. Raleigh was like 80 to 100 people deep of like
Raleigh
different.
was like a whole different world as
Yeah,
well.
that was
Yeah.
a whole state of people in Raleigh that
Yeah.
played, man. That shit was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, I mean Raleigh. There was enough Raleigh players to like take over our fucking current bracket, but regardless, um, yeah, I just feel like, especially like with people like Dylan and Lucas who are hosting like SNS and stuff, because I kind of like came up in that era of SNS and stuff. It just fostered like, and I think Boone is doing a good job of it now, but it just fostered the type of environment that like you just wanted to keep coming back to, because like
Yeah.
you, like one of my first tournaments, I met Reggie and then had to play him round one, and I was beating the fuck out of him in friendlies, and then he beats me in tournament, and I was so mad. I was so upset that I lost to this fucking little snot-nosed kid.
yeah,
And
Reggie, right.
and then like the next SNS, like I'm getting into like an argument with some dude, and Reggie's like, "Oh," like he goes up to the other guy and it's like, "Oh, let's money match." Like you're not gonna talk to him that way. Like we were already boys, you know.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
I feel like Boone's doing a really good job of that. We just have to get the rest of NC on board.
Yeah. I think it's why we go to Boone so much too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Or
That's
part of the
why I
reason.
want to go to Boone. I mean, to be truthful. I think West NC in general is like moving in a positive direction in terms of that stuff. But I think, like you said, there's still a lot of work to be done. And like getting like way closer with people and stuff like that. Also, it's like I'll say this about myself. Like I'm old. Like I've been around a while, right? So I don't have like the time like I used to have in like undergrad and shit. So I can't just be like at everyone's house playing Melee all the time, which
Yeah,
I
it's
did for a
different.
long time. But
Yeah.
it's like that's why I think like having like new people play Melee is like still one of the most important things. It's just crucial.
For sure. And I feel like a lot of like I know when I was a new player, I was intimidated by the old school players,
Absolutely.
and like Peel won't even come up and talk to me. Like he just won't do it.
I try so hard to not be what top players were to me back then.
Well,
I
Yeah,
try
me
really hard
too.
to be nice.
Me too.
I don't know how to describe it. People will be like, "Why are you bullying Peel so much?" And I'm like, "You have no idea
Yeah,
what I
this
had to
is
go
this
through
is nothing.
when I was a new player."
Yeah, this is nothing, brother.
I
Like,
had Jay telling me to like KMS and like I was it was a very different scene.
Ye
You know
would
how
say
many
that
slurs I've heard?
Oh my
Ye,
God.
Ye would say that to you 10 times in the same tournament. To
I
you,
met-
to one person.
Yeah, I
Like,
met Darkseid for the first time, and
Oh
like
my
we were
God.
already trying to get in a fight like 5 minutes in. And obviously Darkseid's a terrible human being, but
yeah,
still.
he spit on somebody, right? That was the story behind Darkseid.
Yeah, I mean there's been fist fights in NC,
yeah.
but it's obviously much better now. But
It is that. Yeah, that I will never say it.
I feel like our current old school is much nicer to new players.
Yeah,
which is
because
good.
I mean, I will tell you the truth and say that I was annoying when I came up. I'm cool. I've accepted that. But like at the same time, there's just you can like you said, Isla, it's just that we're trying to be nicer to these kids than the way we were treated, right? You know, by a lot of old school people. So
Just better. Not even
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Just not.
better. Yeah, just better.
Just
Better
better.
might even be the better word. Yeah, that's just we're just not. Yeah, we're not going like ape shit on someone personally. You know, we're just you know.
There's one thing I might need to start doing soon though, because back in the day when you would ask top players like for advice or something, like I know, oh my God, we had Peter in Charlotte who was like our best player for a long time,
Peter,
and
bro.
I would ask like Peter because I would play Peter for like an hour, and I would like maybe get like a game or something.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'd get a game, but he was bodying me.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, like help, like what can I do? And he would just say the most not helpful shit I've ever heard in my life.
Nah,
Like I can't even.
That was Peter do an absolute.
I just can't even like
bro.
think of like the
Did
shit he
either of
would
y'all
say.
like
But
ever ask like Cam for advice?
I
Or,
did once,
like,
bro. I
yeah.
did once.
They're
I
like
did.
I remember asking Cam for advice, and like he just said the most esoteric shit to me that like I don't even remember what it was, but it was like a fucking riddle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do with this right
So
now?
I think I'm gonna start. I'm bringing that back from now
Yeah,
on.
we're gonna start like being
Like,
how
yeah,
do I
like-
beat Fox Full Hop? And then you say, well, in the third year of the third age, the first Oblivion gate opened, and then we,
Cam's like one of those people that would just speak in riddles to you, and you're like, as a new player, you're like, okay, like I guess, I mean, you're really good, so
I
Yeah,
guess you're
man,
right. I
listen,
guess you're not
I'm
just
gonna
some
listen to
weirdo.
yeah, like
I love Cam. I love Cam, but it's like,
Oh yeah, me too. Ron,
yeah,
Ron's
it's like,
great.
what the fuck are
You
you
would
saying,
ask
bro?
like a top
Like,
player for advice, and they're like, "Go listen to Radiohead's In Rainbows album." And you're like,
You just have to
"Okay."
hold that, because that's the only person you
would be like,
know.
this person would beat your ass for 90 minutes, and you'd be like, man, I have no fucking clue what to do against this person.
And
then
there
you
wasn't
ask-
Slippy, you know.
No,
you
it
couldn't
wasn't.
just.
You just sat next to them, and they literally beat the life out
There
of you.
was no discords to like connect
No,
to other
no,
top
we're gonna go to
players.
Smashboards. You're gonna go to Smashboards and ask some idiot like, "Whoa, how do I beat Fox Full Hop?" They're not gonna give you anything.
No,
They're
they're
gonna tell
not.
you to go outside. Like
They
that's,
might directly lie to you too. They
yeah,
might just
dude, are you serious? Like, there's no fact checking of anything. There's no Cardano. There's no, there's no Melee. There's no Kira videos. You just have to believe. You have to believe them. I thank you for saying that, because that's something new players will just never understand.
No.
The just complete insanity we had to deal with to try and get
No,
better.
I'm telling you, I'm bringing it back from now
Okay,
on.
alright,
They're gonna
see-
have to learn.
See, I feel good that I've like gotten my advice out of the both of you and like talking, because like I'm totally cool for this to just go back to that. You to be like the one just like drunken, karate master on top of the mountain that's just gonna be like, all right, well, this you have to buy me 50 more drinks to get the right answer. Like that, yeah, I'm totally down with that, man. Are you serious? Dude, yeah.
Dude, J-Gold would show up with a case. For
J-Gold,
sure.
J-Gold would be like, yes, here's your drinks, now tell me more. That's 100% what J-Gold would do.
Jacob, your puff isn't mysterious enough right now.
You
I
need
will
to
say-
become more shiesty, Jay.
No.
You
You're
become-
not shiesty enough.
Your puff is not mysterious enough right now, and that's really all I've got to say.
I'm using that. I'm using that line. I'm sorry, that's stolen. If someone asked me what I'm supposed to do, you're supposed to do to beat somebody, I said you were just not shiesty.
You're just not
did
shiesty enough.
Doesn't
Hassel
matter
stole
what it
Shiesty from my
was.
Pikachu. I just want to say it.
Isla loves to say her Pikachu is
My
shiesty.
Pikachu is
Who knows what
shiesty.
she's
It's
talking-
just
what the fuck does
facts.
that mean?
My Pikachu is stupid shiesty, and it's gonna get more shiesty.
Aloe, do you remember when you used to play Marth?
Yeah, of course.
That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut.
That's a super deep cut.
Yeah, yes.
Most
yes.
people probably know me as not a Marth player because I'm a pretty big Marth hater.
Yeah, the farthest they go back is like Ice Climbers.
The ices,
If that even. Yeah, no, that's, dude.
Marth
Old
is cool, I
Charlotte
guess.
Old Charlotte was crazy, man. It really was. I mean, like, think about Justin and
Yeah, GCS
Peter.
with Charlotte for a hot minute.
Yeah. Think about Justin and Peter being in the same room together.
Alex was a Charlotte player for a hot
Alex
minute
Long,
too.
yeah, no, love that guy.
No,
too.
a Dash too though.
Oh,
Dash
you
too.
talking about? Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Dash was too.
When he left state, he was in Charlotte for a minute, and I want to say he was farming for a little bit.
He was.
No. Nope.
I know you're gonna.
Wait,
I know
wait,
you're
wait,
gonna
wait,
say
wait,
no,
wait,
but I
no,
wouldn't
my
say he
memory
was
failed.
farming for a
I'm-
bit.
All I'm gonna say is my Ices versus Dash is very me
Oh,
favored.
word.
Very me
yeah,
favored for sure.
I remember this.
I see. Of course.
My Ices are up versus every fox in the state except for Tylenol. Tylenol was the goat.
I am not trying to play.
Tylenol being. Oh my god. I have so many funny stories about Tylenol, but I shouldn't expose. I shouldn't expose Tylenol.
Don't dox. I love Chris, but don't dox him.
Me and Chris started. I think me and Chris' first tournament. We both went to the first tournament together. So I've known Chris like since he started playing, and he's such
Yeah.
a funny. He's so unintentionally funny. Like I don't know how.
No, he is.
describe
He
him.
is. He is.
But
I used to watch Chris speedrun Sonic Adventure 2 when he played that game more often. That shit was crazy.
he's
He
such
was
a
good.
funny dude.
He was sick at that game too.
I remember
He's-
when Chris was a
He's
shit
good at
talker.
speedrunning.
Chris used to talk so much shit, and then he was.
Oh
on-
really? Then he
Oh,
cooled
like-
off.
He flipped up so quickly. I've never seen another person just change their personality overnight. He was you remember Jared De Hoya, right? Zephyrs.
Oh yeah.
He was Zephyrs before Zephyrs.
Really? You're joking, right?
Not
No,
that bad.
Oh
he
my
wasn't
goodness.
he wasn't like a bad person, but he was a shit talker. Like he would talk shit to your face. I remember him and Reggie beef. Like, there's so many like funny old Raleigh stories, but
Yeah.
I don't wanna take up the whole podcast.
Don't dig the crypt out,
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, you're good. I mean, if we're all enjoying the conversation, we can keep it rolling. If y'all gotta be somewhere, we can close on time. No worries either way.
no.
I'm trying to get dinner soon-ish, but we can go past 7 if that was the call.
Can I ask? Can I finish
time.
with this question then? I think that'd be good. So I feel like I've talked with a lot of people in the melee scene about music, but I've never asked y'all any of your music opinions. So if you have to pick, what's your favorite album? Someone can go first, or can think about it for a minute. But
I forgot that was a question on here.
Tyler,
I
do you
don't.
have one?
I'll tell you mine to give you time.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead,
you
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah. My favorite album right now is Discovery by Daft Punk. That's my favorite album ever.
Really?
That's valid. And
Valid.
I can't hate on that. That's
Yeah.
a great album.
It used to be Demon Days by Gorillaz, and then it used to be Donuts by J Dilla before that, I think. But all of those are like tied albums. They're all still
It's pretty
top
valid.
5.
Do you have one, Isla?
I don't know. I mean, if I were to give one that my favorite album, if I was like summing up like the past like couple years, it's gonna be a West Side Gun album just because
Oh,
I'm a
no.
huge
Thank
West
you
Side Gun
for-
fan right now.
Thank you for giving West Side Gun the appropriate amount of shine. No,
So
West Side Gun is so sick.
I would probably just default to Pray for Paris or something.
Paris, yeah.
But in terms of like favorite album ever, I don't know. That's too hard.
It's a hard
That's a
question.
tough
I
question
I'll
know.
just say a West Side Gun album for now.
I couldn't give you a favorite album ever for sure because there's just too many that are like influential and like even like albums like Modal Soul by Nujabes. Like, it's not something I would be like, oh, this is my favorite album, but it's like super
No, it's
influential. and,
incredibly
like,
important. Yeah,
I
it's
probably
incredible.
spent like hours and hours and hours listening to it. But currently, my favorite album is probably Angelic Hoodrat Supercut by Kenny Mason.
Yeah,
And
that
then
one that's really good.
Listening to him like nonstop, I can tell you that I just listen to him all the time. And he's like one of my favorite new rappers.
Yeah, Hassel loves Kenny Mason, and I do too. He's very good. Y'all should check him out if you haven't heard
Very
of him.
good.
Did y'all
He,
ever
he
listen-
raps about pups a lot.
He
Dude,
raps
that's
about
sick.
dogs a
That's
lot.
actually sick.
It's really good. One of his songs is called Zoomies on his new album.
Okay, all right.
The name of the album is
tight.
Love.
Okay.
So, you know.
Did y'all ever listen to like this is a deeper cut, but y'all listen to like Black Cray and like any of the Witch House shit? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think
Nope.
I've heard any of those.
Look that up sometime. That's
Okay.
definitely not for everybody. Like it's literally Witch House, but like
Okay.
hip hop beats.
Witch House 40K? Is that what it is?
Nah, I don't think so, but maybe it's been a while since I've listened to Black Cray.
Okay.
Try it. It's
I'll
like-
have it
it's-
pulled up on Google.
Yeah, it's some different shit. But
Yeah, I'll check
like,
it out later for sure.
Yeah. If I were to pick an album other than Discovery, it might be Teen Dream by Beach House. That album is also fucking fire. But
I don't like Beach House a lot. I don't think
I do like Beach House enough. Yeah.
What about you, Bubs? Do you have a favorite album?
That's a really tough question for me to answer because like I don't know. At least the way I listen to music, I find like a band that I like all their songs and I just listen to all their songs on a playlist.
yeah, you
And
don't.
recently for
yeah.
me that has been Cloud Kicker, who
Okay.
they do it's like a dude. He's like an airline pilot or something, and he just like makes music in his free time.
That's sick.
Yeah, and
That's sick.
the crazy thing is he has it all for free on his Bandcamp, and I'm pretty sure it's not like copyrighted or whatever.
Licensed.
Yeah, licensed.
Holy
So
shit.
I use one of the songs for the intro
Yeah.
to
yeah.
the podcast.
Is it like a certain genre of music or like
Yeah, so
random?
a lot of the albums are like, I guess like metal,
Is it
like
gent
progressive metal. Yeah,
Is it-
kind
yeah, I
of.
was-
Yeah,
yeah.
something like that. But there are a couple that are like a completely different genre. But it's
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll check them both out.
So I looked at this list finally. because I did not look at it beforehand. And I saw that y'all had listed who is your racehorse in Boone among the newer
Okay,
players.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a big
wanna know
question.
what do you mean by this question?
I mean, if you're picking, like, if you pick and put your money on someone being the best out of the field, who is it? Does that make sense?
You want to know what's funny? Is because the last Beaver, it was me, Alex, Isla, and Reggie in the car, and we
And you,
had this
yes,
we had this exact discussion actually.
yeah. I think
Hell
that's
yeah.
how it got
Remembers it.
brought to our attention. I think.
Isla, do you remember talking about this?
A little bit.
So who's your racehorse? Boone Melee.
I mean, I have to say J Gold, right?
No, you
Yeah.
don't have to say J Gold. You can say whoever you want to say.
I'm gonna stay with J Gold. I think J Gold's got it. Easy character,
That works.
devoted, done. That's all you need.
Hell yeah.
It is playing an easy
A great
character.
teacher.
Most important part, right?
all of the facts just line up. Like there's no even discussing it.
Are
Hassel,
there
who's
any
yours?
bad puff players in NC? Is there one bad puff player that's like not PR level? Like after like a year? I'm just
I
curious.
can't think of a single one.
You like name one bad puff player after a year of playing.
The only one
Anyways.
I can think of, and he's not bad. He's pretty good, but he's not PR level. JPEG Rodeo.
Oh,
I don't know who you're talking about.
Shout out to JPEG Rodeo,
That's
though,
a
for
fucking-
real.
Rocco homie.
Yeah, I know.
Rutherford
Is
County.
it Mark? Is that it? I don't remember what his
Yeah,
name is.
Marcus, I think maybe.
Is it
Yeah,
Mark? I know it's
like
Marco. It's Marco.
Marco, yeah, it's Marco.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's a total
he's pretty
homie.
good.
That guy's cool. Yo,
Also,
shoutouts to-
his
yeah.
puff is actually sick. I don't
I'm
know if
saying,
y'all
I'm
ever
saying.
played him.
His
No,
puff
I
is actually
have.
So cool.
He's
That
kicked
guy
my
is
ass
sick.
many times before.
He doesn't
Yeah.
need to be playing puff. He needs to be playing a character that's actually allowed to play aggressive. Because he does aggressive, cool stuff, and then I'm just like, I'm Fox, bro. Like, it's not gonna work versus me. I just shit on him for it. Like, you can't.
Nah, all those homies in Rutherford County, those guys are fucking cool. But Marco's cool too.
Marco's sick with it. That's all I know.
But
Yeah.
he's like pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah.
He is.
exactly.
No, Marco is good.
But yeah, Puff's an easy character, regardless. I think me and Reggie both said Peel is probably our favorite to get good.
Yeah.
You know, low key is
And-
already getting pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because I think Peel is a silly little dude.
Yeah.
Who like it's hard to take seriously, but he has like a good mentality on the game, and I
He
also
does.
like obviously like Moose can get good. I think Moose is already like pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who other. There's not a lot of Boone players I've played with. I feel like a lot of them are very intimidated when like we.
Yeah.
None of them like talk to us really. Why is Sidward listed as a small dog? Sidward is not a small
Yeah,
dog.
that's a whole other question, bro. But
It's probably like honorary or
Regardless.
something.
yeah, honorary
Regardless.
small.
I know. I think my top three for like getting good are Pasta,
Oh yeah,
Peel,
Pasta's-
Shout outs to Pasta.
and I need to play with Mork more. But I like playing with Mork. I think.
Now
they're
Mork
fun.
is actually I think I'll bet on dark horses. I think I'll say the two that I'll say Peel and J Gold are probably the two in my mind that would get the best fastest. And then I'll put Keller as third because I have to cheer for him. because he's
True.
playing Captain Falcon.
There you go.
I'll give Keller some shine, right?
Yeah,
Hell
Mork
yeah.
is my dark horse pick. Like he might not go anywhere, or he might not like stick with the game, but like I could see him getting really
Nah,
good.
Mork, you're
Probably
right though.
with Falco.
Mork's like floor is already pretty high. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing
like I
I've
feel
noticed
like
about
if
him.
he wanted to, he could be good at the game, at least.
Yeah.
I think my HM is Reggie.
I think Reggie's a favorite for being the best in Boone out of the new players. For
I
sure.
think one day Reggie's gonna get there.
I hear him hitting his desk like 100 miles away, dude.
Reggie always gets so mad when we like joke about like I'll get like a DM from Reggie like in like 2 weeks. Like, why would you say that about me on the podcast? But Reggie's probably the melee player in NC that I've like talked and spent the most time with, which is why I was pissed that during his interview with y'all he didn't bring me up at all.
Not
What the
relevant.
Yeah,
fuck,
it was kind
bro?
of fucked
Not
up.
relevant,
This
buddy.
got
Dude.
fucked up.
I will say to slide this in before the buzzer. I already think Garrett is pretty good, but like I will always put my chips on Garrett to some extent. because-
CG is like a new player though. Like, I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
G's
he's
played
kind
for
of
2 or
around
3
the
years.
block.
Garrett's
Yeah.
almost getting to like past the new, like in the new intermediate phase, right? You know,
Yeah.
like G's been around a little bit, but now G, I think G can be hella good. Like I'm feeling like, especially if I keep playing Falcon, which I'm not going to change, then G is probably going to beat me with Falco at some point. G is so good at that matchup. It's infuriating, bro. It's infuriating. Or I have to play so good against Garrett all the time, dude. At least the way that Garrett plays it. But yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing better lately.
Yeah.
All right. Last question, real quick. We got one send-in question this time.
Okay.
From Satchel, and
Nice.
he asks, where is it? Oh yeah. Okay, so we just talked about dark horses, but in NC overall, do you guys have a favorite up-and-comer player?
I have my answer.
I think I know what Isla's answer is, but I don't know if they'll remember this player.
I have 2 answers,
Really?
but at least in terms of like where I'm standing. But yeah, I can go first if y'all want.
Yeah, go
Go
first then.
first, because I
Okay.
actually need to think about my answer.
I don't know like the context of up and coming. In my mind,
Yeah.
up and coming means like you're about to be PR'd. That's
Yeah,
what I
you could
think that
just
means.
say anyone who's could get to
Brandon
PR
Brandon
level.
Tucker. Brandon
Yeah.
Tucker. No question in my mind. After playing both of them, Brandon Tucker. No
I
question.
feel like, in my mind, those two aren't up and coming because I've known Grant since pretty much he started playing.
Yeah.
I remember giving him my GameCube. Like
Yeah. No, Grant's been a
and
while.
like Grant's
They've
always
both
been. Grant's been around for a minute, and like Grant's always been like pretty. Like he's beaten me before, like long before COVID or anything like
Yeah,
2018.
yeah.
I always thought Grant was good. He just didn't have his like time to shine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the easy answer is Psyched is the best up and
yeah,
comer.
Psyched is really
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking below PR, but absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Joe is disgusting. No, yeah.
I think he's really good. I think he like hasn't really shown how good he is, and also I think like he's kind of like hit this weird stage where he's not going to tournaments, so it's hard to see if he's like
I
improved
agree.
much. But I like Joe as an up and comer. And I'm trying to think of like there's not a whole lot of like up and comers who like are like close to PR level, I feel. Or like people that I would think of as up and comers, but I guess my other up and comer would probably be Exposed, which is who I thought Isla was gonna say.
Exposed, bro.
Most
Dude,
because I
exposed.
think he's really funny. I don't know, like he beat me at Bieber, but like I don't even know how like I couldn't even take the set seriously because I was just like,
No,
This is
yeah.
cracked, bro. I
That's
don't know.
Exposed like chain smokes like 8 expensive cigarettes and then like walks into a tournament and does that to you, and you're like, what am I? It's crazy.
He's so
that
funny. Like I
Dude,
don't.
I
he's
love
he's
Exposed.
so fun. I love that guy.
He only wears
Don't ever
tank
tell him I
tops.
said that. Don't ever tell him I said that. That guy had a flip flop tan. He came to my house and he had a flip flop tan, dog. Does that tell you the nature of this lunacy that we're dealing with? Like that guy is just.
He's so funny, and you know what? It reminds me. There's one other up and comer who actually no longer lives in NC, unfortunately, but it's a new man from Wilmington. He's probably like a funny. I've met him IRL, and he is. People like will always be like, "Oh, that he's kind of weird online, but he's like normal in real life." New man is exactly like he is online.
Nah,
like,
there's
to a
no.
T.
Yeah. There's
I don't know
no-
how to describe. He's the funniest human being I've ever met.
Nah.
New man
um,
is so funny, dude.
I
fucking
actually, if I could run like a new man invitational or something, I would do it. Like where
He lives
only.
in Tennessee now, unfortunately.
I'm so
Oh,
bummed I never
man.
got to meet him.
No, that
He's
guy's
so
so
funny.
funny. That guy's so.
That's not too
you know-
far away from NC.
It's not too far. He,
Maybe.
there's a chance of him going to like a mountain tournament or something.
Yeah, we'll fly him out here one day or something.
He's really funny.
Fly out, new man.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, Isla, do you have an answer, or do you want us to pass you?
I'll just say my brother is getting a frame 1 soon in the
Oh,
mail.
okay.
It should
I'm
be
not trying to
coming
see. I'm not trying
in
to
the
see
next couple
Brandon.
months. He's been playing unranked with keyboard lately.
Ooh.
I'm not trying to see Brandon with a frame 1.
So I'm gonna say Brandon because I think he's just gonna be stupid cracked when he starts going to tournaments again.
Nah.
Who does he play?
Fox.
True,
Fox, right?
true.
Yeah, Brandon played Fox.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, no,
Cheater
Brandon was...
box.
Yeah, a little cheater box.
That's a whole other can of worms, guys. That's
Yeah.
a whole other...
I'm gonna
So-
switch to a cheater box second.
That's my
Because
answer.
Brandon bought his box like what, 6 months ago, Isla?
Yeah, he bought it like
Still hasn't
close to
gotten
the
it.
beginning of the year, and it's still coming
Still hasn't
in.
gotten it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whenever you can buy them and actually get them, I'm probably gonna buy one.
Yeah, well, you want to close us out, Bubs? I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, I think we talked about
Oh, you
pretty much
asked me my
everything.
favorite video game besides Melee way
Oh,
back
yeah,
when.
if
It's
you wanna
Donkey
talk
Kong
about
it.
64. There you go.
Oh,
True.
wow, what an answer.
True.
Damn, shout outs to Donkey Kong 64, dude. That game's tight.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Real quick before we go, a couple updates for everyone in the chat. This weekend, Wispy Woods 2.
Yeah.
It's stacked as fuck. It really
It
is.
is. It is.
I actually wanted to talk a little bit about like that, but I know you guys are probably hungry, so just
I mean, what?
if you want to hear
I
about
can
Wispy
talk
Woods
about it.
too.
If you want to talk a little,
Okay,
I can
okay.
spend a little time
We'll
on
talk
it
And
if
about
just
you
it.
for the
wanted to.
record, Bubs brought this up. I didn't bring this up. Right? Okay, cool. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
So we're clear.
Okay. So yeah, Wispy Woods stacked as fuck. Who's gonna be there? Zaza's gonna be there. David.
All three buffs.
Psyched signed up
is
too,
gonna be
right?
there.
Yeah.
Psych will be there.
A lot of other like really good players. But
Meat's gonna be there.
yeah, Meat's gonna be there. Who are you guys afraid of most going into Wispy Woods 2?
Personally, I am not afraid of anybody going. I'm most worried about Puff Dittos because I don't like them and I'm not
There's
particularly.
Does
three
anybody
Puffs in
like
the top
Puff
three.
Dittos? Is there anyone who enjoys
Yeah, there
Puff
are.
I
Dittos?
love Puff Dittos.
Zasa likes Puff Dittos.
Oh
I
my
love
goodness.
Puff Dittos.
As
The
far as
Ohio
Dittos are
lizard,
so
dude.
sick.
What about you, Hassel?
But that's it. Hassel.
For me, I'm looking at the list right now. I think Joe is the most annoying because I think Mirth wins for free versus Fox in a tournament setting. David is like probably the player that's best playing versus me. Like, I mean, I lived in Wilmington for a while and we played like a million games versus each other.
Mhm.
And David is just like is able to like figure you out in a way that like most people can't. Even Zasa, who like I think is really good at the PvP aspects of the game.
Mhm.
Like I don't know what it is about David, but he just figures me out really well.
Yeah, I got you.
I've never come close. He's actually the only PR player I haven't beaten, I think. But yeah, he's super good. Zasa's obviously super good. Let me see if there's anyone. Simmons, like I don't know what it is about Simmons lately. Because
He's
like
kind of
back in
popping
the
off a
day,
little bit.
I don't know. Back in the day, he was good for sure, but he wasn't like I mean, I've seen Alex just fucking make Simmons look like a brand new player, and Simmons beat Alex at Bieber.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Simmons did do
pretty.
that.
I mean, pretty legitimately.
Yeah, I mean, it was reset final. He just won, right? You know,
Mhm.
like.
And when I play him, like I can see the path to victory, but like he just moves so fast and so overwhelming, and when he hits you, he kills you. So I don't know.
Yeah.
In like a tournament where I play particularly worse, I just don't. I don't know how to beat him. So those are the players. I mean, I just kind of listed the VR, but still.
Yeah, right. But yeah,
Except
no,
me.
I feel like of the pup, I'm least worried about Isla, but I also have the most experience versus Isla, so I think
Yeah.
that's why.
I don't. It's weird to say, but I don't think Zimberfizz is going to win, but I want to see how well Zimberfizz does, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in that
is a
too.
pretty solid player. There's no chance he's winning this tournament.
But yeah, three
I'm gonna
puffs,
come out and say it. I'm gonna come out and say it.
three old school experience puffs. I don't know, but I want to see. Yeah,
I want to see how he does though.
Yeah,
Zimmerfizz
that's what I'm saying.
Zimmerfizz plays
He's not gonna
Samus,
win.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He does.
Zimmerfizz is also from Ashboro, so we're claiming him. So he's good, and we're claiming him. That's on the record. But yes, yeah.
I heard Satchel's gonna beat him. That's what.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard about that. I heard about that too, dude.
So he
Satchel's
might
been
not
doing
even,
some secret training.
He might not
Hey,
even get top 8
yo.
low key.
Drink-
Who
somebody
knows?
Somebody see that.
Drunk and drinking some of that fucking mountain water, dude. Whatever
Yeah.
Satchel's been drinking. Well,
That
he's
might
in
need to
Raleigh
happen.
now, but yeah, but he's had some in reserve.
You gotta
Got good
keep an eye
water,
on
dude.
him.
All right.
But yeah,
well,
this is probably
yeah.
like the most stacked tournament
This season.
of the
Yeah.
season, right?
It's
And
been a
probably
while.
will be the most stacked tournament of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who else was gonna
Yeah.
go. You know, like
It's got almost every single PR player, and then some. You know,
And
and
then
then
some.
people
Tucker,
right outside that level, right?
Yeah.
Exposed. Artlex has low key been getting a lot better. Zimberfizz
Yeah.
is obviously really good. Is there anyone? I mean, Bucks here. That's another player to look out for. Team.
Raheem is going.
Raheem?
Team's been PR'd for longer than anyone else on this list. So
Yes.
throwing it out there.
Raheem. Shout out to
Jeez.
Taheem, bro. I love
That's
Taheem.
funny. That's how he was going.
Yeah, I know, right? Because they told me, like, David was like, no doubles, and he was like, all right, well, that's fair. Wilmington's probably not coming to this tournament, right? Because no doubles. Like, I get it. And then, like, a week or two ago, everyone's like, oh, yeah, Wilmington car coming to Wispy Woods. I'm like, oh, man, here we go. The ball is rolling. And then there's, like, people, I don't know if y'all have heard, there's people from, like, Virginia Tech coming to this thing. There's, like, two,
Really?
Yeah, there's it's Daniel, and there's three people. Daniel, and I forget the other two.
So I've
Huh.
seen this Daniel
Okay.
before. What is his tag?
Box
It's not
Yoshi.
Daniel.
No, it's Daniel SSBM. I swear. I swear that's him.
I think I played them before.
Box
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yes, you heard me correctly. You heard
That
Box
sounds
Yoshi.
like some bullshit, Loki.
You get-
Box Yoshi?
You gave him the wrong address, right?
Yeah. I actually
Tell him
sent.
it's in Asheville or something.
I
don't
sent
know.
Daniel to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's where I sent him.
Oh, you know what? I have played this person before. I played them in a net play tournament. Huh.
Oh.
Are they good? Are they cracked?
I mean, we don't gotta talk about it.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
find
see.
out.
We'll see how
find
the
out.
Virginia people go.
Yeah.
But I have
Alright.
played this first. That's funny.
So yeah, Wispy Woods Saturday. Wispy Woods 2 Saturday.
Wispy Woods the second edition.
If
Very
you want to
exciting
find
stuff.
out about the Yoshis with the boxes and all
Yeah,
the other
if you
cracked
wanna-
players that are going to be there, that's where you got to be.
If you want to fuck around, go find out, dude. We can meet at both points of the graph, dude. We can do the fucking around and we can do the finding out all at once. So yeah, no, that tournament should be sick. I'm running it, so it should be okay. But I'm excited.
No,
It
it's gonna be
should
it's gonna
a
be
good
awesome.
day.
It's gonna be awesome.
Are y'all costuming up, by the way?
Oh,
Dude,
that's a good question.
I'm not, but I will have a haircut. And I'll look good. You know, I'll look
Nice.
as good as I can. That's what I'll say. I won't look good, but I'll look as good as I can.
That's good enough.
Costume, maybe. I don't know if I have I don't have a costume yet.
You don't
Even
have
for,
anything you
y-
could put together?
I have some cat ears over there. I can throw those on and get a marker for my nose, and we can call that a costume, I guess.
I have a
Nice.
little Halloween costume for the Halloween.
Do you have a costume, Hassel?
Fuck no, bro.
Wear your Naruto sweater and Naruto headband.
Yeah.
You know what? I used to have Naruto headbands when I was fucking 13, but I don't think I have.
Now all
those
you have is a
anymore.
couple sweaters. Wah.
Wow.
Oh, I do have a Katsuki sweater.
I know you do.
Might have to hit up the fucking mall.
Go hit up the fucking Mooresville Goodwill before you come to the tournament, bro.
Just might have to.
Let's see. Other than that, we got the new Boone bi-weekly Ori's
the
Corner
Ori.
Clash. That'll be on... The first one will be a test run on November 4th from 4 to 8. That's our low stakes training. So we don't probably not expecting too many out of towners, but if you want to come through, come through. It should be a good time. And yeah, that's about it.
Very cool. Good stuff.
So yeah, again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks,
I think we
guys.
had a really awesome conversation. So
Yeah, I had a great time. I'm glad y'all are doing this. I always love when NC has like some extra content going on besides just Melee tournaments.
Yeah.
It's always really nice.
We had to take a break last week, but it was good. I needed a break. But
yeah,
we're gonna do
yeah.
it as much as we
It was
can.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we did top platform. Like,
Yeah, I remember
at
that
a
too.
Point, we just like ran out of gas.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yeah. So it's good y'all are like keeping up with it and making sure y'all are, still motivated and stuff.
Yeah, keep it up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Feel free to have us
Thanks,
back
guys.
on when we
Definitely.
go
Oh, no,
win
yeah, we can-
Evo or something. I
We
don't know.
promised that Reggie would be a repeat guest, and I was like, I'll do it. So now I'll just promise everybody that they
If
can be
you-
a
if
repeat guest.
If you want to get Reggie to say some wild shit on air, have me, Isla, and Reggie on the podcast.
Yeah, we should
Or
do
we can
that
have a
actually.
TriCast, because Reggie has said the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life with me and Isla in the room. I don't know what it is, but for some reason we get him to say some wild
Reggie
shit.
opens up
Yeah.
to
No, that would
unknown
be
degrees.
so sick. The like triple feature with
You might have
Yaltu
to
and
switch
Reggie.
to YouTube. They might not be able to have it on Twitch. Lucky. Like,
About to get real based real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna get out of pocket, bro. Like, if you find me, yeah, totally, bro. Shit would be out of pocket, but I would enjoy it.
All right, well, everyone who's viewed up to now, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah,
Alright,
shout out to the
see y'all
chat. Please
around.
subscribe. Please follow.
Yeah, give Bubs a kiss on the Twitch engine.
On the
please.
mouth.
Yeah, on the mouth. I was gonna say it. I was gonna say in the lips, but mouth works fine. That'll do.
All right.